You have to put this. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday evening connection. And I like to call it connection because whenever you bring people together, again, you can have many different ways of bringing people together. You know, for a car show, or furniture show, or even a golf club, or tennis, or some kind of whatever it is that you feel like that is your favorite, maybe Barbie or whatever. Of Barbie, right? It doesn't matter what it is, right? It's very nice. It's very important to be social. It's very important to bring people together. But when you bring people together and the conversation is on a soul level, is a little bit different, deeper conversation, a conversation of maybe an inner observation or investigation, then it's a connection. Then it's an awakening of a different type of light. Okay, as opposed to we meet friends and we're just gossiping on each other or other people are not there, right? So that's something that people do and people get used to do it because they never really have or volunteer the topic to speak about when they get together. You just give it a chance, whatever, by chance, whatever you're going through, we're going to talk about. And we're going to learn Kabbalistically that we want to be a little bit more intentional, a little bit more focused on what's the gathering is about. Yeah, sometimes it's just about bringing people together. That's the magic. But when you add that component, it's great connection. So now, more importantly, we are in what we call my friend mentioned for you that it's in the month of Elul. Now we know if you live in New York, you heard probably about Rosh Hashana, right? If you live in New York, it doesn't matter if you are Jewish or not Jewish. If you any religion you have is welcome. Why? Because the Kabbalists never really, separate between people. That's the most important part of anyone who is interested in the path of Kabbalah or to understand Kabbalah. Is never about a group of people. It's about humanity. It's about human. That's what it's about. In all conversation. And even if people who are celebrating Rosh Hashana, again, I'm not here to convince you that Rosh Hashana is just for Jewish. But just so you know, the conversation is, what is Rosh Hashana? People think it's a new year. No? Absolutely not. The new year is in the month of Aries. Nisan. In Rosh Hashanah, it's very simple. If you open the books of Kabbalah, it tells you what it is. It's the birth of humanity. That's what it is. Human being, Adam, the first Adam was born in that day. That's exactly what it's about. So we, all of us, maybe we're separate, but we're all part of this one soul who meant to create a space where we can all feel uniquely important, but together we are very powerful. Because each one of us by itself, we are powerful, but it's very small. That's why we are eventually going to get to a place of a singular connection. Some people call it singularity, but the idea is that we're all going to awaken our uniqueness, right? Not the uniqueness of somebody else. That's the goal. That's the direction. Your uniqueness, your gifts. And eventually, as a collective, we're going to bring together without the competition of my, uniqueness is better and my talent is more. That's not the direction. So the direction is as well to bring us all together. And Rosh Hashanah, it's a beautiful opportunity to do that. Not just simply being together, but to understand what is the opportunity. So I'll tell you even more. As we learn, it's the birth of humanity. So every year, every human being, it says, and again, bless you, anyone who prays in Rosh Hashanah knows that prayer. It says, Lechol Ba'ei Olam, to all the people of the world. That's this prayer. This is for the connection of Rosh Hashanah. To all the people of the world. It's never meant to be for Jewish people didn't really get the memo, or some rabbi didn't understand it, or because a lot of people didn't study Kabbalah. If you don't open the Zohar or Kabbalah, you don't know it's for everybody. You don't know. Just So I'm going to go to Rosh Hashana, and I'm going to be, connected, and I'm going to get life, and I'm going to get my soulmate, and all my money for the year I'm going to get. That's a joke, right? It's a joke of every person go, and not just that, they go cry and, wailing, please give me more. I give you enough the whole year. What's up? You want more? I'll give you more. What are you going to do with that? For me, I want to be more. I have more ego. I need more ego, right? That conversation is almost childish. Let's give you a little bit different idea here. You know what Rosh Hashanah is? Rosh Hashanah is the effect of what and how you're going to appear this month, the month of Virgo. That's why what happened in the month of Virgo? Do you know what's the constellation for the month of Virgo? Symbolized by, anybody know constellation, astrology? It's the Virgin, right? The month of Virgo, if you see the picture or the image that they put, is somehow a virgin. I don't know how they describe it, but it's a virgin. What is the idea? That in this month, we have all of us opportunity to go back to the embryonic, to a place when we are not damaged. And that is when Rosh Hashanah can work for you. You come, you appear in Rosh Hashanah, and you think, oh, I'm going to come and God will love me. Excuse me, what did you bring? What is your vessel? What did you do this month? It's the cause. This month is the cause. Rosh Hashanah is just the effect. There's no much that you can do in Rosh Hashanah. It's what you do before. And I said many times, and in this week, in the last couple of weeks, every week, it's a build-up consciousness before Rosh Hashanah, because it's really just consciousness that you need to work on in this month. So I spoke last week a little bit more, what is the consciousness of last week, but every week we can build more and more clarity on our vessel. And then you show up to Rosh Hashanah, or even you don't show up, but you already did the work. And that is for the moment of that Rosh Hashanah happening, and your soul get infused with new light for another year. You are a different space, you are in a different mindset, and you are in a different vessel. And therefore you can receive
5 minutos le quedan.
new connection.
¿Oyeron?
Yero is not here. Okay, please mute. Okay. So if we clear about the consciousness that we're working on, that we're thinking of in this month, in the month of Elul, the month of what we call the month of repentance, called tshuva. Now, religiously, people thought that the word tshuva is what? Repent. Sorry, God, I need to repent for all my sins. And guess what you do next year? Same thing, exactly the same thing. Same worries, same nonsense that's going on. Doesn't change. Because it doesn't work. It doesn't work this way. What you need to do is to, obviously, what is the word tshuva in Hebrew? What is tshuva? Answer. Tshuva, give me an answer, an answer. In this month, it's the month of answers, not the month of questions. It's the month of answers, so which means I need to bring myself to first give an answer to my behavior. Ask yourself, why am I behaving this way? Why am I thinking negative? Why am I judging my friends? Why am I disconnected from my brothers and sisters? Why? You need to give the answer. And if the answer is related to blame them, oh, it's their fault, they did it, you didn't get the idea, you go back again, same story. That's true every week. I'm going to speak about that system. You should know. This is what's happening. This is what we need to do. To start visit this year, this past year. You can go back into your lifetimes or many years ago, or if anything that you feel guilty about, and if you feel you hurt somebody, and if you shame about stuff that you've done or you didn't do and stuff like that, okay? All of this is nonsense, my friend. It doesn't work. You sit with your guilt for years and years, and it doesn't change. Time to think and to do something differently. time to remove it from yourself and start working differently with your vessel that's been given to us, precious vessel that can only handle light. And what do we do with that? We're wasting our time. Again, I'm not saying that we're wasting our time just being lazy, right? Which is also another aspect of our spiritual growth. But wasting our time with the wrong information, with the wrong direction, because people do want to, behave differently. I'm sure if you are here, you have an inclination or desire to be more spiritual, to be more elevated. I believe 100% if you're here. So let's take the opportunity to use this momentum that we're gaining through these classes, through the connection between us, and make decisions that are strongly shaking who you are in the direction you go by, in a way, robotic way, and let's change it. So what do we want to change? We'll take the opportunity this week. As I said before, every week there's a new revelation, new secrets that is being shared with us. This specific week, it's help us, propel us, prepare us for what we call receiving way more light for our soul this year and for our loved one. We never know what protection you need this year. You never know what type of help and assistance you need this year. But if you're not preparing this month, it's going to be exactly the same cassette. It's exactly. So let's make some kind of changes or some kind of adaptation within our vessel so we can see something differently or use this period of time for much greater reality. So every week, there is what we call the portion of the week, right? It comes from the Torah, the Bible, right? And many of us throughout the year were rejecting that idea, myself included, right? I didn't grow up any closer. I tried to be in the religious world. I just could not function with religious mind, right? I had question, nobody answer. I had desire, nobody used that. No, you shouldn't, you couldn't, that's wrong, you cannot ask this question, all these. And I'm sure if you are, somewhat around my age or a little bit less, you experience that in school and not asking question or churches or anyone. You can't ask, just do what the rabbi tell you, and it's absolutely against what I believe. Until I met, obviously, my teacher, which is a Kabbalist, and completely opened my mind and understanding to what it is. It's not religion. It's not some sacred ceremony that they do every time reading this. It's all revelation. And nothing, and again, I'm going to prove it to you and I'm going to show you that everything that's written there, it's complete, unbelievable codes of how to penetrate what we call our own negativity. Now, I said many times, and I ask many people, do you know and do you aware of your own evil? Me? No, my neighbor. You should see my neighbor. My neighbors, they are the evil people. Yes, sometime when people really get me mad, sometime when I don't get what I want, sometime. But me, evil? No. As again, maybe you're in denial for what exists inside of you, the darkness inside of us, but don't really mistaken yourself. That's your gift. That is your gift. Not how beautiful you are and how you smell good and you look good and you are helping people and you're all educated. It's very easy, that stuff. All of us hiding so well our negativity, running away from that, avoiding that, deny. To think that everybody have negativity. No, my friend, this month, please awaken as much as you can clarity and really understand the degree of your negativity. More. And not just more, get excited about seeing more of your negativity. More of how evilish you are. Negative you are. Small thinker. Please, if you don't see it, or let me put it this way, to the degree that you can see your own negative, evil, whatever you call it, difficulties, to that degree you receive light in Rosh Hashana. Most of us, I'm pretty good, I just need to stop gossiping and lying a little bit. That's it. All of the rest, yeah, if you dig deep a little bit under your gossiping, you see that you have a real desire for those people to be completely eliminated. Right? Or even worse, it's okay. It's not you. It's not you. 100% it's not you. Right? But it is belong to you. To use it to awaken yourself to a greater light. But if you're bringing, let's say, for example, if I discover that my vessel, let's say this is your vessel, okay? And I'm pretty good, I'm pretty okay, just a little negativity, right? You recognize just a little negativity. How much light can enter in Rosh Hashanah? To what the degree that you reveal. So small. Empty yourself from the old self. Empty yourself from the old thinking, from the smallness. Katnuyot, small thinker. Just for me, just for my corner, just for my spot. Can you have a chair for me? Why they all kind of like small thinker. Find it this year. This month, I'm sorry. And you will see the way you will think this next year. This month, it's automatic. You don't need to do much. You just need to create awareness. Awareness for that. That by itself, the universe take care of it. That's why when we read in the Torah, this week, what is the name of the portion? Ki tetzeh milchama. Now again, if I will share with you the horrors that is written over there, I will be embarrassed even to say what the instructions are. I'll give you a little bit description. Torah says, again, this is unbelievable. However, but don't get offended. It really speaks bad about women. That's why a lot of women don't like the Bible, the Torah, and all of that, which it's right. If they take it literally, I will never. If I was a woman, never get. Actually, as a man, I'm embarrassed even to let my wife be closer to this. If you read what's written, literally, I tell you, if you're gonna wage a war, if you wage a war against your enemy, and then you're gonna go and you're gonna capture a woman, and you're gonna take a man was able to take as many women as he can, not the king, right? And he will take a woman that is going to hate, and a woman is going to love. That's a great description. Then you're going to bring the woman home. And again, please don't fall from that. I'm just going to give you the whole description and how I read it. And I was like, I can be part of this. And then read it. And then I realized, wow, it's unbelievable. And again, it's not like I'm trying to convince you or anything. I'm just going to open your eyes about it. And he says, you bring her to your house and you lock her up for 30 days. And her hair is going to be longer, and she's going to need to do her nails. And then you're going to shave her head. And you bring her the clothes of their captivity. And maybe you're going to give her new clothes to wear. And then you have to have 2 kids, one from her, one from the one you hate, and what. By the way, if you're in a long-term relationship, you know it's the same woman, right? It's a good one, right? Today I love her, tomorrow not. You know, I mean, if you're in a long-term relationship, I don't want to discourage the young people who want to get married, right? It's not the reality. It's just a moment, okay? It's just moments, okay? And again, by the way, woman and man, it never speaks about in the Torah about an actual woman and actual man. So you know, it speaks about one human that have two parts. Parts that you hate about yourself, parts that you hate that you love about yourself. Yes or no? What is a woman in the language of Kabbalah? Your vessel. What is the male energy representing Kabbalah? Your light. It's nothing, but nothing to do with physical man and woman. Please understand that. Now, the whole process, it speaks about cleansing that happened automatically this month to clean you from all the unnecessary engagement. What is shaving the head? Anybody have a bombarding thought that bother you the whole year? That doesn't leave you? That you go crazy? You can't, it happened to you, you go to sleep and you're about like bombarded with negative thoughts, and then you call somebody, I don't know what to do, I can't sleep, I have this nightmare, blah, 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 and you can't get rid of it. Or worry. You worry, you're sitting there for 2 hours, can't sleep. Now, if you can tell me that never happened to you, you're a liar. It happened to everybody, right? So why can't you admit? No, it's happened to somebody else. Me? I'm like a fairy. I'm an angel going to sleep. Nobody bother me. If it doesn't bother you, you are in trouble, my friend. If it's bothering you, be happy about it. Why? If somebody doesn't have any negative thoughts or any evil, you're about to be out of this world. If you do have it, that's what keeps you here, because eventually you need to convert it into a place of light, place of revelation and revolution. Therefore, when he speaks about this month, everything that's written, actually, so you know, never historically actually happened. Anything that's written, if you open the Bible, the Torah, this portion, Kitetse, you see the horrors that's written there, and more of that, right? You can have a son. If the son doesn't listen to his parents, you take him outside and everybody's stoning them. Have you heard it before? Right? If you have kids, right? You know, they listen to you. Or are you a kid that listens to the parent? How many times you had an argument with your parents not listening to them? Right? Imagine in the time of the biblical time, they take, you go to the rabbi, they don't listen to me, okay, get him out. Everybody take rocks and let's stone that kid. He will listen, don't worry. Right after that. That's what they did. People who live by these rules, crazy people who actually literally live by that. It's nothing to do with that. It's very simple. How many of us want to marry somebody that only because how much money they have, how they look, what position they have, how honored they are in the community? Most of that reason, it's an arranged marriage, what can I do? Oh, look how much money or my life will look like. What? Anyone that you marry or you connected through only this reason, eventually the birth of that is a kid. What do you mean a kid? Who's not listening. Very simple. But what is the idea? He's not listening. It can be also you and somebody else open a business. It's the same thing. You gave birth, right? You gave birth. But if let's say how many of us, why do we take partnership in business, right? It's because, they have potential to connect me to these people and they have lots of money and their name and all of that. But the person is not a good person to do business with. But I don't care. Right? And we give over percentage just because who they are, but I don't care what they bring into the table or if they are good people. And eventually people like that you do business like that or you do relationship like that, the relationship never going to work. The birth of that is crooked. It's not okay. And it will drive you crazy. That's what stoning represents. It will drive you crazy. Boom, boom. That's what stoning means. It's not a physical stoning. It's bombarding thoughts that comes to you. It's you get stuck in a loop that you cannot get out of. So again, each one of the lessons here is not a lesson to learn, but a cleansing that appear in the universe. So what do we need to do? Just to be, first of all, aware of that. So I want to share with you a couple of ideas, and based on that, so we can really get something going this month, or this week at least. So when he speaks about ki tetzeh milchama, the Kabbalah says, ki tetzeh milchama al oivecha, on your enemy. Go to war, wage a war against your enemy. Who are their enemy? Do I have an enemy? Anybody here wake up in the morning and just want to wage war against your enemy? Do you have any enemy? No, I mean, yeah, maybe we have like people want to destroy America, or I know Israelis have a lot of enemies, not the Israeli people, but the Israel nation. Yeah, we can call enemy, but that's never the conversation. First of all, is to understand that each one of us, as I spoke about it before, this month is all about taking position and possession over your negative side, over your dark lord, you call it, over your evil, over your, in the language of Kabbalah, we bring it into the language of the opponent. You have an opponent. To any positive thoughts, you need to have an opposed negative thought. Is it happening? Yes or no? Do you have two voices or one voice in your head? You have two and more, right? But it's the same voice. We have the voice of our soul and the voice of our opponent that tells us to do a negative thing and tell us to believe in negative and to make evil thing. This, what we call in religion, they present it as the devil. Have you heard about the devil? Oh, you don't hear about it? Don't worry, he's going to wait for you when you leave. He's going to wait for you with the stick and the horn and the this and the tail and the blah, 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 blah. And he's going to take you on years of fire burns and all kinds of, what did they say? Many things like that, right? Anybody scared from that? Right? Yeah, some of us like, oh, I'm afraid of the devil, My friend, you don't have to wait until a person died. And he's not waiting because there's nothing like that after. It's how you show up in life. He's want to defeat you in this world now. Not when you live. When you live, what's the point? You already left this world. This world is the gift. You want to receive the gift here in this world, not when you live. So you have to do the war, waging war against your opponent, against your Satan, your devilish thought, or smallness, you call it, whatever you want to call it, demons, you want to call it, whatever works, whatever word works for you. All of that is a pure work that you want to do. What type of work? Start to create, of course, as I said before, separation. I'm done with this. I'm done with that. What is it? Go back to this year. Track down situation that you behave so small, so selfish, and ask yourself, give yourself a tshuva, an answer. Why do you behave this way? And again, this is part of the work you can do this month. If you really, even if you detect one or two or three situations, it's amazing. I'm not saying it's enough, but I'm saying it's an amazing consciousness to achieve. So the first thing is, we're not waging war against anybody, but it's internal war. It's internal war that will never stop until a person is not in this world, or we remove pain and suffering from this world. That voice will never stop. That desire to control, to hurt, to be evil, to be small, is never gonna leave you. You're never gonna stop. It's meant to be there all the time, but for you to control it, for you to use it for your advantage. Okay? So that's the first understanding. Second thing is, he says, וראית בשביה אישה יפת תואר, and then you see in her captivity. What do you mean captivity? When your vessel is under the captivity of the negative side. It's very hard to see that you are so beautiful, that you are so talented. It's very hard to see that you have endless love because you're under the captivity of the negativity that you gave yourself in. So you need to start this month to meditate. You close your eyes, you meditate, you see your vessel. The way you describe it, you see a soul as beautiful. My vessel is beautiful. It just want to share light. It just want to help. It just want to be of the assistance. That's what this is the work in this month. And what else he tell you to do? And you awaken a true desire. Not fake desire. Awaken a true desire for your greatness. Again, desire, most of us have, but it's been shut down in 2 minutes when we don't get what we want. Don't lose it. Don't quit because you didn't get it or because it's not happening in the time and schedule that you thought so. The Chashakta awaken more, at least in this month until Rosh Hashana. Then the vessel is cemented and there's not much to be done. Then, after you see the beauty, take her for a woman. What does it mean? Woman, we learn, it's nothing to do with the woman, it's something to do with the vessel. Take that vessel, grab that vessel, and what is he saying? He's saying that marry her. What does it marry her? Make a commitment. Make a commitment to live and to guide your life in a certain way. In a consistent way, not temporary, not a little moment. That's what you want. You want to make a commitment as many as you can this month. And the last thing that I want to share, and then I give some space for others if you want. And in the end of this portion, it says that you have to erase the memory of Amalek. Amalek is a code. Yes, it's a nation that they fought, if you read it literally, but it's a code for doubt. Amalek is the same numerical value as the word safek, which is safek is doubt. Most of us don't know that this month comes the cure against doubts. The whole month. The whole month. This is the cure. More work about it. You eliminate doubts from your life. This year is all about building certainty. But you cannot build certainty if you are sitting and dwelling within some doubts that you have. Right? So what does he say? The Kabbalah says, "Kemo shelo makim ruach im gerzen." Like you don't take an axe and you hit the wind. Right? You take an axe or an iron, you hit on an iron with an iron. Wind, you can hit with another wind. Right? So what is Amalek? What is the doubt? Right? I tell you what. He says that you have to fight with Amalek in its same power. What is the power of Amalek? What is the power of the doubt? When do we have doubt? When the voice telling you, when you have something like, when you want to do something big, when you even starts, and then all of a sudden, you have doubts. Why does it happen? Because it's kind of like laughing at you. You want to do it? Oh, you want to be an entrepreneur? Oh, you're going to be a model? Oh, you're going to change the world? Oh, that voice called Amalek has to laugh at you, has to giggle, has to put you down with like, that's funny joke. Oh, you want to reveal that? Oh, you want to change the world? That's a joke. Oh, you want to write a book? That's a joke. He's always joking and laughing and make a clown type of thinking, right? About all ideas that are revolutionary. That has to be. Anything that meant to be revealing light to your life, it will create a doubt. So now, what do you want to do? You want to use the same power to defeat the doubt. How? First of all, you need some sense of humor. You need some sense of humor. Okay? Second, don't take yourself too serious. Okay? Third, in times of dispute, in times when you don't get what you wanted in the moment that you thought is going to come, immediately laugh about it. Immediately. So the Kabbalah says, ask the question, you know why joke is very funny? When somebody tells you a great joke, right? Why so funny? Very simple. Because in the end of the joke, there was unexpected, right? Unexpected. I was, I didn't understand it's going to happen this way, right? Or I couldn't read that joke is going to go like that. Does that make sense to everybody? That's what makes us laugh. That's funny, right? That's what makes us laugh. What makes us laugh? The unexpected. Think about it. You need to be unexpected, unpredicted. Start become that joke. This is how you defeat the doubts. What do you mean become that joke? Joke, what makes a joke amazing? The unexpected. The complete twist in the story. So when in your day, this week, next week, you're dealing with something that was like, oh, it's unexpected. Exactly. That's the joke. And if you laugh about it, and if you're being happy about it, you remove it, and you awaken tremendous certainty in your life. You have to understand, this is the force of negativity. He's joking on us because he sees that we are not serious. Oh, yesterday you said you're going to go to the gym, right? What do you think you're going to do tomorrow? Right? You wanted to start a new program, no? When are you going to start? It's a joke. Every day you're saying you're going to start to do things. Every day you're going to do exercise for your fingers, no? Right? I'm going to start with my finger. 1, 2, right? It's a joke. Right? It's funny, right? But this is how our negatives say, look at us like, yeah, you really want to have a 6-pack, right? That's very fun. Anybody have that desire to have 6-pack, right? But then your negative say like, yeah, you tried for so long, forget about it. And then what you do? Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's only internal. Nobody was any friend of yours that says, forget about it, you're never gonna have it. No, people are like encourage us, people are supporting us, but you yourself defeating yourself because you hear that the negative side telling a joke. Oh yeah, it's a joke. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how I'm laughing tomorrow morning when I wake up and I drink my juice. And still laughing, really being unexpected, unpredicted. And every single day, when something didn't come your way, awaken happiness and laugh about it. Like it's more you can do that, more you are inclined to have tremendous power of certainty in your life. So again, there's so many secrets, but I'm gonna pause the recording so I can let people ask questions and we can have some more understanding if you would like. I have a question. Yes. Yes.